Hello! I still can't believe that the New York Yankees baseball organization are going to now allow their players the choice to grow facial hair, well-groomed facial hair, if they do so choose. Now, for like 100 years, 100,000 years, if you played for the Yankees, you had to be clean shaven. You had to have a haircut. Now, why does this coincide with what I do for a living? Well, I'll tell you. Because for over 100 years, the company that I work for implemented the same rule. Now, when the Yankees, if you were a player and you didn't shave, you'd get fined. I'm pretty sure you'd get fined. You were allowed to have a mustache. Same with UPS. For some reason, they allow mustaches, only mustaches, not a beard, not a goatee, to be appropriate. Either a mustache or completely clean shaven. I mean, who are we kidding here, you know? Not all of us can rock a mustache like Donnie Baseball. So, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when UPS allowed us to have the freedom to decide what to do with our face. Now, I get it. It's an old school thing. It's about appearance and businesslike, and I got it. I was sick of it. I was thrilled when we were allowed the opportunity to do what we want with our facial hair. Now, I'm pretty sure I've heard stories back in the day when at UPS, if we didn't get fined, of course, but you would get sent home for the day if you didn't come in clean shaven. I'm talking 5 o'clock shadow. I remember for me coming in, if I had a 5 o'clock shadow, I'd walk with my head down. I'd make sure that I would try to avoid management so they wouldn't see me and say something. And I heard remarks all the time. They never missed it. They never missed. They could see it a mile away. From one side of the building to the other, they could see your 5 o'clock shadow. Unbelievable. So it was around between 2020 and 2022, I think. We could all remember what was going on during those couple of years. Right, we had to cover our faces as well. I wore a bandana over my face. We were all covering up like we were supposed to. So some of us, not all of us, were growing beards underneath our coverings. Quite a rebellion going on. And then the next thing you know, it was announced that we were allowed to do it. So I couldn't believe it. And it's been nice. I don't think I've shaved fully cleanly since then. You know, I don't like to let it get too out of control. But, you know, it does get long enough where people call me a lumberjack sometimes, and I kind of take it down a notch. I'm sure my wife misses my clean, soft face. But anyway, so yeah, you know, Yankees, UPS, same thing. Anyway.
Hey, yo, excuse me.
Now, I know what you got going on now is a combination of bedhead and hat hair, but you might want to consider a clean shave and a fresh haircut. You know, I've always found it strange when a grown man tells another grown man to get a haircut. Well, better coming from me than someone who doesn't even have hair. That I find strange. This coming from someone who has the exact same head of hair as I do.
I'm a little more than a hair ahead of you now. About 20 days worth.
Well, why don't you get a haircut, man?
Okay.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I thought so. You know, some people really think who they are.
What'd you say?
Nothing. How'd you do that?
Do what? Do what now?
Your appearance has completely changed in a matter of seconds.
Let's just say I'm here to remind you of a time that once was.
Sometimes I can't even keep up with how clever this is
You
sometimes.
said sometimes twice. Now listen, in order for this to work, you need to say goodbye to your hair, say goodbye to your
All right.
beard, and say goodbye to the few people who actually
got
see
it.
this part.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.
Don't be mad, UPS is hiring.
Yeah,
We pack and deliver
Yeah.
like UPS trucks.
Thanks for watching.